When you release a new feature or add a new component to your application, you can leverage Pendo to gather feedback on it from your users. You will first want to tag a feature that would represent interaction with the new release, perhaps a button contained within the new release, or a specific URL or page that the release appears on. For this demonstration, we'll be using my test application. You can see I've announced a new feature. If we click the Let's Go button, it will take you to my new release, which is on a separate page titled Generic. After your release is public, you will create a segment to target users that have interacted with the new feature or page. You can use a pre-existing segment or create a new one. I'm going to name my feature New Feature Feedback with a feature rule of page generic seen ever. This will target any user that has seen the generic page and thus has seen my new feature. Next, we will head into the Guide Designer to create a new guide to gather feedback. Click on Manage Guides in-app in the top right corner. We will create a banner to gather feedback from our users. Click on Add a New Guide in the bottom left corner and then click Banner. I'm going to call this Feature Feedback Banner. Looking at the layout options, I'm going to set my banner to appear from the bottom of the screen. We will set the segment to the new Feature Feedback segment we created earlier. We will set the location to only on this page, and so that means the banner will only show on the generic page, which is where my new feature lives. Activation will be set to automatically, and then we have the option to add a poll. An open text field can be used to solicit qualitative feedback, but I'm going to use a number scale poll to gather quantitative feedback. Here you can populate your question, how awesome is our new feature? With the number scale poll, you are able to add as many response choices as you like. We're going to keep it from 1 to 5, from horrible to great. We also have the option to turn on a success message. This will be displayed after the user submits the poll successfully. Then we will save our poll. After setting the guide status to public, we can check back in our application. When visiting the generic page, the poll now shows up and we're able to submit our response. As visitors complete your poll, you will receive data that will help gauge the overall reception of the new feature as well as individual feedback. You can even segment a new guide at certain visitors at a later date if you've addressed some of their criticisms, showing them that you implemented their feedback. You can also use guides to announce your new feature. Adding a lightbox to your homepage is a good way to command attention and inform your users about your update. If you have any further questions, reach out to us at help@pendo.io.